Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. You know, when you sit back and reflect on our forefathers, the founders of our nation, you have to give them credit because they did the best they could with the knowledge that they had at that time. Actually, they were way ahead of their time to have come up with what they have in most areas. And I say most areas because there's a couple that they missed. It wasn't that they missed those areas, it was just that they had no idea as to what would really take place. Back then, members of Congress did so on a voluntary basis. They weren't compensated. No. No one envisioned that what would ultimately end up happening is what we now have, which is a total and complete corrupt criminal organization. And the reason I say criminal is because what they've done, these senators and these congressional representatives, is they've designed a system to enrich themselves at the expense of their constituents. Take a look at how many members of Congress are multimillionaires, and then take a look at how few of them were wealthy when they first came to the Senate or to the House of Representatives. The numbers are staggering. Yeah, there are people like Congressman Darrell Issa, who was a self-made millionaire. There are people like John Kerry, who married wealth. But for the most part, they came with meager means, and they've amassed fortunes. How? Well, they're the lawmakers. And what they've done is they've designed the laws to allow them to do things that you and I can't do, such as insider trading. When the head of the feds, Paulson, said we're going to bail out the banks, Nancy Pelosi went and bought Visa stock. Overnight, she made millions of dollars. The speaker, John Boehner, he tells us quite often how he came from such meager background. Well, he made millions of dollars investing in pharmaceutical stock. How is it that there's such brilliant fourth seers into the stock market? It's called insider trading. There was one member of Congress that, when arrested, had $100,000 of cash in his freezer. He was keeping it on ice. But again, the forefathers had no idea that it would turn in to the corrupt sewer that it now is. They didn't envision having a requirement for term limits because, again, it was done on a voluntary basis. That's where it fell apart. What needs to be implemented is term limits. You can't have a congressman have 5 terms the way Senator Flake, who was Congressman Flake, after he ran for, I believe, the 3rd term, he said he's not going to run anymore. And later when he was asked why he made that statement, and then he still continued to run, he gave an honest answer when he said he lied. That's what they do. There's a video I saw of Senator Rand Paul, and he's holding up a book, and he said there's, I think, 650 pages in this book. This is a bill that we have to vote on in a couple of hours. We don't read the bills. So ask yourself a question. If they don't read the bills, and they work 100 and, well, I don't think they work 100, I think they work about 80 days a year. When I say work, they don't work, period, as far as I'm concerned. They're in session. They vote on bills that they have no idea what's in those bills. So why are they being paid? Why do they have opportunities of amassing incredible wealth based on insider trading? Why can they sexually harass and not be held accountable? They're the lawmakers. It's really screwed up. And can it be changed? Probably not. Why not? They're the lawmakers. They're not going to enact laws that are going to make them anything less than what they've all become, which is the one percenters. Pretty incredible, is it not? Take, for example, their 5-week vacation during August and September. You know why they do that? Well, before they had air conditioning, it became oppressively hot in Washington during the latter part of August and the beginning of September. So they were given that time off. You know when Congress was air conditioned? I believe it was 1938. They're not going to let go of their 5-week vacation. That's just one of the problems with Congress. Will it change? Once again, probably not. What needs to be enacted? Term limits. They won't create laws that are going to disadvantage them. Sad, but true. I sort of told you what I think. So now you tell me what you think.